show should be talking about. If you want to talk about Miley Cyrus, what you should do is be talking about how much of a phenomenal review the album Bangers has been getting since being released in late 2013. I know some of the music videos that coincide with the release of this album have been getting critical reviews, like Wrecking Ball. People are never going to stop negatively reviewing Wrecking Ball, but Wrecking Ball, apart from the controversial music video, I played it last week here on the show. It was a great song. I think it was one of the more appropriate songs that Miley Cyrus actually released off the album Bangers, after referring to the drug Molly in the song We Can't Stop, which went to #1 on the Billboard chart. And if there's one thing I'll always give Miley Cyrus and Katy Perry the benefit of the doubt for, they always find a way of producing a #1 single, no matter if it's Katy Perry with Roar, no matter if it's Miley Cyrus with We Can't Stop or Wrecking Ball. There is always a #1 hit that you can expect from someone like Katy Perry or Miley Cyrus. And I think that is what makes them professional individuals. That's what makes them celebrities, and that's what makes them some of the all-time greatest for pop music and just pop culture. If you were to go to what's cool with popculture.com, you would see Katy Perry or Miley Cyrus's face up there with everything that they have done. And I mean, it's just amazing when you take a look back at, where they came from, seemingly nothing, and then went to superstardom seemingly overnight because of a few traits they had, the potential. Both of them were recognized almost immediately, and seemingly overnight they became celebrities. It wasn't because of YouTube videos that Miley or Katy used to do in the Justin Bieber's case. It was just because of natural talent that they had. Now, you may criticize Miley for being the daughter of country superstar Billy Ray Cyrus and getting to where she is because of that. But it was her own talent, too, that got her to where she is. I mean, she had an unbelievable, uncanny ability to bring out the best of the Hannah Montana character, and she wasn't even originally casted to be the Hannah Montana character. She was supposed to have been Hannah Montana's best friend. If you've read the book Miles to Go, co-written by Hilary Lofton, it'll answer a lot of your questions about Miley Cyrus and where she wants to go in life. Now, that may have changed since the album Bangers and I Can't Be Tamed back in 2009, but it'll answer a lot of your questions. And I think that, Miley's been answering a lot of questions on Twitter about her personal life and how she feels about some celebrities, but newsflash, she isn't the only unprofessional celebrity, or at least not the only one who's looked at as being an unprofessional celebrity. Why isn't Katy Perry looked at as being someone who is just as unprofessional? I mean, her music videos have been pretty provocative. Maybe they haven't gone as far as what a Miley Cyrus music video has gone, and I'm sure there are a lot of people who will agree with me when I say that Katy Perry's music videos certainly have not gone as far with provocativeness like a Miley Cyrus video has. I mean, you're not going to see Katy Perry swinging in on a wrecking ball for a music video anytime soon, but take a look at that music video, Roar, and how well it was perceived by children. Kids everywhere love the song, love the lyrics, but the music video, in my opinion, goes a little bit too far with the scantily clothes that Katy Perry wears. I mean, everybody is a victim of trying to convey themselves in a different kind of perception. Everyone, from Jessica Simpson to Katy Perry to Miley Cyrus to Lady Gaga, they have all done it. But we choose to criticize the same two or three all the time, and it is absolutely ridiculous. We're either criticizing them on radio shows, for written blogs, for written columns. I think we really need to back off and give some of them the benefit of the doubt, because without them, we wouldn't be seeing all these fantastic songs on the radio. We wouldn't be seeing these fantastic music videos. We wouldn't be having these phenomenal award shows. We wouldn't have people like Ariana Grande or Victoria Justice making a name for themselves in the entertainment industry, because those are the people that set the pace for people like Ariana Grande and Victoria Justice to follow in. And I mean, we're only criticizing the same two or three all the time. We're never criticizing different people. I think we change it up. I'm not saying that criticism is a bad thing, because it isn't. It makes the world very diverse. It presents a lot of diversity in the world. What I'm saying is I welcome criticism. I just want to hear criticism about different individuals who aren't criticized all the time. I'm tired of going on entertainmentonline.com and perezhilton.com and reading blogs about either Lindsay Lohan, Miley Cyrus, Hilary Duff, Demi Lovato, Selena Gomez. It's the same 4 or 5 people all the time. I'm tired of hearing about Miley Cyrus in a negative way. And those of you who choose to put over Miley Cyrus, request her songs on syndicated radio, and give her music videos hits on Vivo, go to her Facebook fan page, follow her on Twitter, no matter if it's 1 or 2 tweets that she has with only one word towards her fans, the millions that are following her on Twitter. The Twitter count for Miley and Katy Perry is absolutely ridiculous. Those of you who choose to put over Miley Cyrus and put over Katy Perry, My hat's off to you. I cannot give you enough credit because I think that is what they deserve. And why they are doing what they are doing, they know they're getting on your nerves and they know they're getting negative reviews, so they're just giving you a reason to review them negatively rather than positively, and then they'll go from there to reviewing positively because they'll do something that's worth actually talking about it. They do it because they know they can get on your nerves, and that's where I laugh at the end of the day when I check out all the things that they're posting on Twitter, on Facebook, on YouTube in the way of music videos, exclusive footage. They're doing it to get on your nerves, and a lot of celebrities, not just Katy Perry and Miley Cyrus, have all been victims of that. The original Miley Cyrus, I will go and give you guys the benefit of the doubt. I know at least 85% of you guys who are Miley Cyrus fans out there, male or female, prefer the original Miley Cyrus. And I had this conversation with Sonny Cruz for Jonathan Clarke Remixed on blogtalkradio.com back in the first week of June, a couple of weeks back. He said that he preferred the original Miley Cyrus before she cut her hair and started making songs like Wrecking Ball, and he believed that if she was making songs like Wrecking Ball with her original image, she would be getting even better reviews than what she's getting now. He preferred the original Miley Cyrus before she cut her hair. I concur with Sonny Cruz, and I concur with the over 85% to 90% of you who are Miley Cyrus fans. I prefer the original Miley Cyrus, and I really hate to piss sort of on Miley Cyrus here for this, but that was the image that got her to where she is, and somewhere along the way, she went nuts. She absolutely lost it. I guess it was because of everything that happened to her in her personal life, and believe me when I tell you, a lot happened in her personal life. After 26 years, anywhere from 23 to 26 years, her parents separated, and then she went from that to doing a lot of unprofessional things. She was really driven over the edge for a lot of things that happened to her in her personal life and her family. So you can kind of make an exception. I know you won't give her an exception for that. But there are a lot of things that happened in her personal life that really drive her nuts, and I can't blame her for doing what she has. One thing you will never hear me do on my radio show, one thing that you have never heard me do since the debut of my radio show back in 1999 when my website was first published and finalized, one thing that I have never done is critically review Miley Cyrus or say anything negative about her, her friends, or her family, and that is one thing you will never hear me do, supposing tomorrow is my last show. I will never criticize Miley Cyrus and the Cyrus family or anyone that she's been affiliated with, because everything that she has done, with the exception of a few things, like the incident with the joint in Germany, somewhere in Europe, somewhere like that, the incident with the underwear, with the exception of a few things, I really think that Miley Cyrus has done things so professionally, and if she wasn't as good as what she is, or what she claims to be, she wouldn't be where she is now. She wouldn't be on top of the Billboard chart with her first single, This Is the Life, back in 2003, 2004, debuting in the first season of Hannah Montana. The records of Hannah Montana wouldn't have sold millions of copies or have been downloaded as many times as they were on iTunes and watched on YouTube in the way of music videos. She just wouldn't have gotten to where she is. So I think really Miley has been very professional. And when you can sell millions of copies of your performance that you did with Robin Thicke in the way of Halloween costumes and stuff, I think that's really cool. The Halloween costume of Miley Cyrus, the costume that she actually wore for the performance of We Can't Stop Blurred Lines, which was one of the most popular Miley Cyrus's remixes ever produced, that costume was one of the top-selling costumes for Halloween. And when you can do things like that, that just shows how amazing and just how popular you are. So I don't really think there's any need for them to be bickering back and forth on Twitter. But it's going to be interesting to hear who you guys are taking the side of in this. And I would say, I'll make a prediction that because of who Katy Perry is feuding with, at least 85 to 90% of you are going to side with Katy Perry in this, because you'll believe that Katy Perry is a more phenomenal singer and a more phenomenal celebrity than Miley Cyrus ever could be. But before people started talking about Katy Perry, I always believed they were talking about Miley Cyrus because of the name that her family had established in the entertainment industry ever before they started talking about Katy Perry. I mean, songs like I Kissed a Girl, Yes, got great reviews only because Katy Perry was talking about being a lesbian in the song. It had a lot of lesbian references, and that's what made that song cool. That's what made Katy Perry cool, and that's why we got songs like California Girls, Roar, Dark Horse, I'm Walking on Air, which is a song that never gets enough credit. That's the reason why people started talking about Katy Perry so much, because of the lesbian references. And you didn't criticize Katy Perry as much as what you did Miley Cyrus. If Miley came out with a song referencing lesbians tomorrow, you'd be criticizing it. You want it banned from syndicated radio. I mean, let's talk fact here. The fact is that you'd want it banned from syndicated radio because of who the song is by and what the song is referring to. Just as you criticized the song We Can't Stop for the reference to the drug Molly when she was actually saying her own name in the lyrics with a little bit of a twist. It sounded like Molly, but you just took it and turned it into something that it actually wasn't and wanted to perceive it for something that it actually wasn't. You didn't criticize I Kissed a Girl, but you criticized We Can't Stop, which is one of the newer songs from Miley Cyrus, and even with the criticism, it still went to number one. No matter what Miley puts out, you're going to criticize, but it's going to go to number one. That's what I don't understand about you. You'll make sure she sells millions of copies of her records, but you'll always find a way of criticizing her. What's wrong with being a Miley Cyrus fan? And there are millions of them out there who are probably asking themselves the same question. What's wrong with being a Miley Cyrus fan? Can't we overlook some of the things that Miley has done with the other 1,000 celebrities that are doing something that's probably even worse as we speak? I mean, honestly, why do we have to take up so much space on our blogs or so much time on our radio shows talking about what Miley Cyrus is doing? I think we can devote just as much time if we're going to be talking negatively about Miley Cyrus, just as negative as we're talking about Katy Perry. I think we should be talking about Katy Perry just as negatively as what we are Miley Cyrus, because Katy Perry, believe me when I tell you, is doing just as worse as what Miley Cyrus is. It's just that we're not choosing to talk about Miley Cyrus as worse, and that's just absolutely atrocious, even to the point where she's been affiliated with Justin Bieber and supposedly been involved with some of the unprofessional things that he's done. I really hate that, how entertainment news websites turn things around and choose to perceive them for something that it actually isn't. That is really frustrating, and I can only imagine what goes through the minds of a lot of celebrities who are victimized by this. And there are the same 4 or 5 that are constantly and very consistently put on the spot for something that they may have done that is perceived for being something much worse than it actually is. The whole Justin Bieber, Selena Gomez situation about breaking up, getting back together, breaking up again, getting back together.